Thank you, Don, for that very kind introduction. And good morning.
Good morning.
It's a great pleasure for my wife June and I to be here with all of you this morning. As much as a convention is always a highlight of the Rotary year, there's always something special, very worthwhile about these pre-convention meetings. Partly it's the sense of enthusiasm and a feeling of preparation and building excitement. But most it's having the chance to be with a smaller group of people and having the chance to spend some time to get to know those people better. I'm very glad indeed to have some time to spend with you, especially to see so many of you from around the world who have made the choice and invested the time and resources to attend this meeting and this convention with other Rotaractors and other Rotarians. Your presence here, simply the fact that each of you has chosen a week in June to travel to be here today, in itself says volumes about who you are. You could easily have chosen something else to do with your time and your money. You could have spent these days working or on vacation or just having a quiet week at home. Instead, every one of you has chosen to take time to come to the National Exhibition Centre in Birmingham. You have chosen to spend it on yourselves. You have chosen to spend it on others. You have chosen to spend it in service. And I'm glad to see that you're all obviously enjoying it. I think it's fair to say that anyone interested in stereotype the young people of today as lazy or disinterested should be looking elsewhere. It is clear to me and to all of us here that those of you in this room care passionately about our world and about the health and well-being of everyone in it. I am proud to have you part of Rotaract. I'm proud to have Rotaract part of our organisation. As the poet Byron wrote, "The days of our youth are the days of our glory." And in Rotaract, the days of your youth are the glory of all Rotary. You here today are our future. You are the future of Rotary, and you are the future of all our communities. What you choose to do, what you choose to make of yourselves, will not only affect yourselves, it will affect us all. The projects you choose and how you choose to carry them out, the priorities you set for yourselves, and the dedication with which you pursue them, these decisions will affect your clubs and your communities and other communities around the world. Most of all, they will affect yourselves, who you are and who you'll become 10, 20, 30 years in advance. I'm here today to deliver one message, and that message is a simple one. I ask you to do as the Roman poet Horace told us to do all those years ago. Seize the day. Make every moment count. Make your lives full of meaning and impact. Do the most you can with what you have been given. Waste none of your talents and none of your time. Time is the coin of your life. It is the only coin you have, and you only can determine how that coin will be spent. Youth is fleeting, and opportunities sometimes even more so. The decisions you make and the ones that will determine the directions your lives will take do not announce themselves clearly often. We all give due consideration to the decisions that we know are important. What to study and where, what job to apply for, where to live, whom to marry. But the small decisions of our daily life, with whom to spend our free hours and where and how, are truly the ones that will determine our path. You have chosen to spend them in service. I ask you to embrace that choice Do nothing by halves. Consider your abilities and your resources judiciously, and use them the best way that you can to achieve the maximum impact. It is true, as Mahatma Gandhi once said, that we must be the change we want to see in our world. I think that in many ways sums up why all of us have chosen to serve. If we would have a world free of hunger, then we must work to feed the poor and help the poor feed themselves. If we would have a world free of preventable illnesses, then we must work to bring better health care. And if we would have a world free of strife, then we must practice tolerance. Every one of us is part of the society in which we live. Every one of us has a duty and a responsibility toward that society, to obey the golden rule, to do unto others as we would have them do unto us. Each of us has a responsibility to leave this world a better place for those who will come after us, and to inspire them to leave it even better still. Your communities expect great things of you, and you should demand them of yourselves. For it is true, we make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. But no great deeds ever came without some risk, without some cost. No one ever made history without failing a few times. The important thing is not to be afraid to strike out in new directions, to try new things, to embrace the unexpected. The American writer Mark Twain once wrote, and I quote, "20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the things you did. So, throw off the bowlines, sail away from the safe harbour, catch the trade winds in your sails, explore, dream, discover." I hope each of you will take the opportunity at this convention and use this to its fullest. Explore the world of Rotary that you will find here. Dream great dreams of Rotary service, and go back to your clubs and discover how to achieve them. I thank you all for being here and wish you all well on the road that lies before you. For remember, the future of Rotary is in your hands. Thank you.